This brain starter claims that you can't use the sine rule to solve for the remaining sides or the angles. Pause your video and look at it to examine why that's true. Well, for the sine rule, we need an angle that's across from a side. So here we have the angle of 105. Unfortunately, though, the side BC is not there. We have a side of 15 centimeters, but the angle across from that isn't there. And the same thing with this 21 centimeters. There's no angle B. And there's not enough information to figure out what angle C or angle B are. So if we wanted to set it up, it would be like sine of 105 over who knows what equals sine of who knows what over 15 equals sine of who knows what over 21. No matter how you slice it, you're going to end up with two unknowns here and only one equation to solve it. So, for problems like the brain starter, fortunately, there's a rule called the cosine rule. And the cosine rule works if you have like a side angle side configuration and you're looking for a third side, or like the brain starter, for example, or it also works if you have side 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 and you're looking to find an angle. Now, this is the cosine rule for all the sides, but really it's just one basic rule. If you look at one of the sides, square it, that equals the other two sides squared minus 2 times the other two sides times cosine of the angle that's opposite the side that we're looking for. Now, it can become a little cumbersome, but as long as you just follow this format and plug in the right numbers and then solve, you should have no problem solving these problems. So now back to the problem from the brain starter. Let's find sine BC, which, since it's across from angle A, I'm going to label it with a lowercase a. Now, if we look at the 21, that's across from angle B, so that's our lowercase b, and the 15 is across from lowercase c, so that's our c, which means of the three iterations, we're going to be using this first one here. And our first step is we're just going to start plugging things in. So we don't know a, let's leave that a squared. B is 21, c is 15, we have 2 times b 21 times c 15, and cosine of angle A, which is 105. Certainly if you wanted to, you could solve each little bit of this piece by piece. But for expediency purposes, I'm just going to put the entire right side of the equation into the calculator now. And then all I have to do to solve for A is take a square root. So, using the calculator we get about 829.06. And the last step is just to take a square root to figure out what side A is. Side A is about 28.79 centimeters.